Hello everyone, Parallel here, and welcome to Star Trek Online. Aw man, that's right everyone, it's time for Season 11. Are you guys hyped? I am super pumped to be bringing you this video. I am very excited to check out all of the changes and new content in this release that just came out today. So Season 11 is out, and what I thought I would do in this video is give a rundown of all of the new features in this patch, and check out maybe one of the new space PvE queues, and just check out all of the new stuff that's going to be happening, all the new content that is available, and what there is to do in Season 11. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, when I first logged in here, I just logged in on this character for the first time in Season 11, and as you can see, it has already popped up with a little help tip. And I believe this is going to walk me through the Admiralty system. So this is one of the new features in this patch is the Admiralty system. And what I thought I would do is I've done this on a few of my alts. I was going through and trying to organize my fleets and claim my ships and get my alts going. So I have a little bit of just initial experience with the Admiralty system. So I thought I would go through here and show you basically how that works. This is one of the major new features in this patch, so might as well spend a little bit of time on this to start out and then go through everything else that is new. So starting out here with Admiralty, it says you have gained access to Admiralty system. Click here for an introduction. Basically, you click on your DOF menu. So you pick up your duty officers, and boom, you can see as soon as you do that, it popped up all of my currently claimed or owned ships. So these are all my ships on my active roster. Automatically imports them and brings them into your Admiralty system. Let's keep going through some of the tips here. It says a summary of your Admiralty activity is here. So basically, it tells you how many ships are on assignment, how many ships are on maintenance. Maintenance is an important feature of the Admiralty system, which is basically after you do a mission, your ship has to have a little bit of downtime. So this tells you how many ships you have in downtime before you can use them again. 3 open slots. So you start with 3 open mission slots that you can do. 0 in progress and 0 complete. It also says you can click on the campaign tab to view the progress within the Admiralty system. So basically there's 2 campaigns. It seems like it's pretty similar to the schools in your accommodation tab for regular duty officers, but in this case you just have the 2. There's basically one for Federation and one for Klingon, but you can do both. So yeah, here they are. From here you can view your progress in each of the campaigns and the associated tour of duty. Each campaign heading can be expanded to show details and rewards earned by the campaign XP. So yeah, you can click to expand here and you can see basically as you complete missions in each of these 2 categories, you fill up your bar and you progress through the higher tiers. And it looks like you get a little bit of reward at each tier here. It does give you some details. Looks like some dilithium. It gives you pass tokens. I believe pass tokens are pretty important because they allow you to skip a mission in the Admiralty system if you want to, which is a little bit different from the DOF missions. Like, DOF missions randomize on a certain timer, and if you don't do that mission, it will randomize and there'll be new ones available. I don't think in the Admiralty system that happens. I think if you want to skip a mission and go to the next one, you actually have to use one of these pass tokens. So it's a limited resource. But yeah, it looks like there's some bonuses you get here. Daily campaign, XP bonus increased, more dilithium, more pass tokens, increased rewards and assignments in this campaign. That's pretty cool. So those are some benefits you get. And then there's a Klingon Empire one as well. And you can complete both of them. It's not specific to your faction. To begin progressing, you click on the Admiralty tab. Yep, so right here is Admiralty. So yeah, here are the 2 campaigns. And when you select one of the campaigns, so if you click on the Federation campaign, it gives you a summary of so basically you got these 3 missions that are available. And you either have to do these or you have to pass with one of those pass tokens. And once you do them, then these next ones are called on-deck assignments. Basically, these will become available if as you complete these, or if you pass on one, then these will become available. Yep. Planning or passing will cause the next on deck to become available. Very good. Select plan in any of these to see additional details. All right, so once you look at the mission, you can actually see the rewards it gives you. And that's the nice thing about Admiralty system I've noticed already is that the rewards are quite a bit better than just regular DOF missions, that's for sure. You can see this, just on an average here, this one gives, this one gives like 8,000 skill points. That's a lot for a single mission. This one gives you like 2,000. I mean, 8,000 skill points, that's even as much as like a Argala run, so that's pretty good. Just for doing an Admiralty mission. So these are definitely much more rewarding than your average DOF missions. All right, so let's select plan, finish up the little tool tips here. Your goal for each assignment is to try to meet or exceed the engineering, tactical, and science requirements. So they basically give you a point value in each of the 3 categories, engineering, tac, or sci, and you have to try to use your ships to meet the required amount. Tactical and science requirements using the attributes in your slotted ships. Exceeding the score will increase to your crit success. So basically, if you put in more ships than you need, you'll increase your crit. Pretty straightforward. It does have this little events tab down here. I've seen this on a few missions as well, that when you, it's apparently random. It says events are randomized modifiers which will affect the assignment, and there's usually a benefit to doing it. So there'll be like, if you exceed all the requirements by 20 points or something like that, then you get the little event reward. So it is nice to at least look at this to see if it's worth it to try to meet that extra event reward. All right, then you click on select to start selecting your ships. So here is a list of all of my ships, and it's telling you to choose carefully which ship to slot. In addition to needing to meet the requirements, all ships have special abilities that they can use to affect the outcome. You may begin the assignment with only a single ship, or you can slot 3. So yeah, here's my whole fleet here. Again, it only takes your active ships. So what you're going to have to do at some point is go through here and reclaim any old ships that you've done. I might go through just a little bit of that just to show you what I've been doing on my alts, just so you get an idea. But one thing I did notice right off the bat, as you can see already in my fleet, C-store ships, regular C-store ships, show up as rare or blue quality. Fleet level ships or C-store ships that are fleet level, like the command battle cruisers, they show up at very rare or purple quality. And event ships show up as ultra rare quality. And it looks like low buy ships. So this is my character that I have my Vodwar Astica on. You can see that it also shows up as a ultra rare. And things like the Kobali, the Ferengi Nandi, all of those show up as ultra rare. But yeah, let's just click one here just to finish up with the tooltips. If all 3 requirements are met, you see your success rate should be 100%, and if you slot more, you get more of a crit chance. Seems pretty straightforward, and then you can begin or press back. And each campaign has a special assignment called a Tour of Duty, and completing that will give you the reward up here. I've seen this on someone else. I don't see it right now here. Let's see if it's on the Klingon. Ooh, there is one here on the Klingon. So this Tour of Duty mission actually is of epic quality, and I don't know if there's only one of these per campaign. It sounds like there is. But for the Klingon one, so you can complete the Tour of Duty, there's 10 missions you obviously have to go through. And once you complete it, you get 30,000 dilithium. It says complete all 10 steps to receive the 30,000 dilithium. And for the Federation, the Tour of Duty, I believe, it gives 2 spec points. So that's pretty sweet. Nice little bonus there for completing the Tour of Duty within the campaign. And the mission themselves are really good. You can see this Tour of Duty mission. It gives 19,000 skill points. That's a lot. Plus it gives you 2,000 towards your campaign. And it has pretty low requirements too. So, you definitely want to slot one of these up if you get it. Here's another mission here. Look, you can get 125 dilithium just from this mission. That looks like a pretty good one. And yeah, there's some good ones here in the Federation I'll want to do. Now, one thing I did notice is that if you go up here to progress, you can see you start with these 3 slots, and it gives you, it tells you what you need to do to unlock more slots. In this case, it says progress in 1 campaign to tier 3, and then progress to 2 campaigns to tier 3. So I think that that's kind of my short-term goal here initially with the system, is to get both of these to tier 3, which doesn't require that much XP, and that will unlock 2 more slots quickly, and then you can start to slot more missions and keep going from there. It looks like the next ones you have to get to tier 5 in both of your campaigns. That might take a bit longer. And then finally, the last one is get to tier 10 in one of them. So maybe getting to tier 5 in both of them first, and then focus on one to get it to 10 to open up that last slot. That's kind of how I think I'll approach it. But let's go ahead and do it here. Let's go ahead and slot up. I have 3 slots, so let's go ahead and slot up 3 missions. I will go with this first one here. None of these look that particularly great. They're all just regular quality. But if I slot this one up, we'll give 552 campaign and a decent amount of skill points. So I only have to have 35 engineering, 15 tactical, and 35 science to meet the requirements here. So let's start slotting up some ships. As you can see, I don't have any low tier ships on this character. Unfortunately, I dismissed a lot of those. Kind of the advantage of the lower tier ships is that they have a low maintenance time. You can see here it like tells the stats of the three stats of the ship, and then it has here the maintenance time. For tier 6 ships, it's an 18-hour maintenance, so you can kind of think of it like basically once a day. Pretty much you can use your tier 6 ships. The lower tier ships, though, have a much lower cooldown, although they don't have as much for meeting the requirements. And I actually have seen some of the requirements that are up in the hundreds, so it can be quite difficult. In some cases, I have needed 3 tier 6 ships in order to meet the requirements. But in this one case, it's not too bad to meet the requirements, so I'll probably just stick with some lower tier ships here. Maybe do... and you can also see the little special abilities the ships have. This one, the tier 6 battle cruiser, has this is the Arbiter, has minus 25% maintenance per tac ship. So if you slot this with other tac ships, it will have a lower maintenance. That's pretty cool. Plus 8 engineering per any ship. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's another thing. So the fleet version of the ship, you can see you can actually own both the Arbiter and the fleet Avenger. Even though they're pretty much the same ship, but the fleet version does count as a higher quality. It counts as the purple quality. So let's see, what should I slot in here? This is the heavy destroyer. This is what you get from the veteran ship. Why don't we throw that in there? And then all I need is just a little bit of more science. So let's put a sciencey ship in there. I have a scryer. Ooh, that's the only science ship I got right now. I may have to claim some more ships to fill this out. For example, I mean, I know a lot of the event ships are very good. In particular, the one that I saw that was really good on my other characters is the Sartheln, which is a science character and actually counts as a science ship. Where am I going? I want to go to my... So if you go here to your reputation tab, you go to your events and go to your store, and definitely want to go to your count, reclaim, and see what ships you can get. You'll definitely want to pick these up. See, I've actually dismissed these a while ago, but I can go back here and reclaim my Chelgret, reclaim my Pleshbrek, and reclaim my Sartheln. And then once I reclaim them here, I believe I have one slot open. I'm just going to go ahead and reclaim the Sartheln for now. So there we go. I got my Sartheln back. Now if I go into my Admiralty tab here, I should have a Sartheln here. Yep, Breen Sartheln. And you can see it's a science ship. This is very nice because I was noticing particularly on my Klingon and Romulan characters, there was a severe shortage of science ships. And this Sartheln really helped them a lot for completing missions. So definitely something you want to pick up. And as you can see here, my inventory is bugging out. I don't know if anyone else is experiencing this, but these tabs here are really, really buggy. They're just jiggling all over the place. You can see, like, if I move this window over here, it stops. But then I move it back over here, it starts jiggling again. I don't know how that shows up on the video, but that is really crazy bug. I don't know what's causing that. Hopefully that'll get fixed soon, because that's really annoying every time I open my inventory. But yeah, enough about that. Let's get back into the Admiralty system here. Let's close that before I get a seizure. So yeah, let's go back into the planning stages here. So I had started out, I had put a, what did I put in here first? It didn't save what I had in here. That's 50. How much does the Scryer give? Scryer gives 60, so that's a lot of science. Let's go ahead and put a Sarthelon in here. And then I think what else I had put in here was the Heavy Destroyer. So you see, I've already got a pretty high, I've already got 100% success and a 50% crit. That's pretty good. I might just go ahead and, so even with just 2 ships, I've already got a really good, yeah, really good. And I also have a good combination here, because this has minus 10% maintenance for attack ship, and this one has a minus 25% maintenance for side ship. So they're kind of helping each other out there. Let's go ahead and begin that one. Let's head over to Klingon Empire. All right, so let's slot up this Tour of Duty one. I definitely want to I'm going to throw a lot of top tier ships in here, because I want a very high crit chance on this one. Because look at that, man, if I crit with that and it's a 13,000 skill points, that would be pretty amazing reward. Let's go ahead and throw a Nandi in here. Wow, just the Nandi. You can see the Nandi is actually pretty cool. It actually does have a lot of science requirement, even though it is more of a tactical ship. 44 science is really good. Anything else here? Could throw in a more engineering oriented ship, maybe like Geneva. 85% crit, pretty good. And maybe like just something balanced, like the Phantom. Well, that's pretty heavy on the what is the Vaadwaur? Very heavy on the engineering and tack, not much science at all. How about just the intel? 90% crit. Let's go for it. And I'm thinking, looks like the Klingon ones are better here. I'm going to go, this one gives 200 dilithium. That's pretty good. Why not go for this one? Let's try this one. See how it has pretty high requirements here. I'm curious to see if I can fulfill these. So it's got a high science, tactical, and engineering requirement of 100 each. So I'm definitely going to put the Scryer on here. That will give me 60 of the science. Would put in a heavy, let's put in like the Vaadwaur. Look at this, Kobali gives 74 engineering. Wow, that's a lot. And it has 28 science, so not too bad. Let's put the Kobali in here. And then when I need something heavy tactical and a little bit of science. Heavy tactical and a little bit of science. Phantom gives 22. Perfect. That'd be perfect. Does anything else give me 22? Don't think so. So there we go. I met all the requirements. Not much crit chance on this one. Let's see. Lucrative crit rating. Plus 10 crit rating. Large dilithium ore package. 2,000 dilithium ore. So I have 52 crit rating. So that means I should get this event, right? Cool. So there you go. I've slotted up 3. Yeah, I've slotted up 3, all 3 of my slots here for Admiralty missions. And they're on their way. They're looking good. Now what I'm going to do is head over here, because I just want to show you real quick also. So you saw me, reclaim my event ships. I'd also recommend going into the sea store, going through your ships. Whoa, this is wigging out too. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with those tabs. There's definitely some little UI bug going on or something with that. But yeah, let's head over here to the ship selector. So you can see once you've claimed the ship, so like I said, I claimed the, where'd the Sarthal, there it is. You can discharge it, and it'll still be in your Admiralty tab. So whoops, if I go back into Admiralty here, if I look at my ship roster, there it is. So Sarthal is there. So you just have to claim it and make sure it's in your Admiralty tab, and then you can just discharge that ship again. And just be a little bit careful. I did notice on some of my characters that it didn't actually update until you open the Admiralty tab. Especially with the event ships, I noticed this a couple of times. With C-Store ships, it seems to be fine, but with the event ships, I noticed sometimes you actually have to open up the Admiralty tab to make sure it's added to your ship roster before you dismiss it. Just be a little bit careful of that. I don't know if that was just a bug on my end, but just be aware. So yeah, let's just quickly do... Oh, I know what I want to show. While I'm here in my C-Store and reclaiming some of my ships that I've dismissed in the past, one thing, today only they are having a special event as part of, the giveaway they've been having over the last 5 days. Today's special giveaway for only one day is they're giving away a Tier 5 ship for each faction, so you can claim it on your Klingon and your Romulan as well. And it is a Tier 5 ship, and for Federation, you can see here, they're giving away the Excelsior Cruiser retrofit. Pretty cool, huh? So free Excelsior, and I think for the Klingon, or for the Romulans, they were giving away the Archif, and for the Klingons, they were giving away the Marauder. So that's pretty cool. Definitely log in today, get that Tier 5 ship, because, heck, it goes right into your Admiralty system. Even if you don't fly the ship, it's free. You can claim it. Once you at least claim it on one character, you should be set, because then it will unlock in the C-Store, and then you'll have it forever. So there it is. I'm going to go ahead and claim this. And boom, now I've got an Excelsior. And you can see if it added it right in correctly without having to reopen the tab. There it is, Advanced Heavy Cruiser Retrofit. Obviously a very heavy focus on the engineering for this one, but there you go. Since it's a Tier 5, it is only 12-hour cooldown, so that'd be handy to have. So pretty cool. Definitely, so go through all of your C-Store, make sure you reclaim all of your ships, claim them, get them into your Admiralty tab, and then you can dismiss them again. And do the same with all of your event ships. And you'll have a nice little nifty fleet going for you. I do kind of like this feature. I like having all of your ships here kind of listed out this way. You've kind of never really seen your whole fleet, right, all on one page like this. I like that part of this feature. So yeah, that's the new Admiralty system. Just, I guess, a little bit of commentary on the system overall. My impressions are it is basically doffing with ships. It has a couple cool things about it with, how you slot these ships a little differently. You assign 3 ships and meet the requirements. You can increase your crit rate. The rewards are definitely much better than doffing, but let's face it, it is pretty much doffing with ships. Is that a bad thing? I don't know. I mean, it's nice to have another system, and it gives you more rewards. It's another way to get dilithium and to grind out skill points for your specs, so it's good. I mean, it's a good addition to the game. But does it live up to what it could have been? Yeah, probably not. I mean, it could have been a really cool, maybe even a little mini game with some strategy involved with you actually move your fleet around, and actually do the missions yourself. Something along those lines could have been done. Obviously, it would have been a lot more work, but, Cryptic, the system they've implemented here is decent for what it is. It's, doffing with ships. I mean, how else can you put it? It's, so a little bit disappointing, but then again, if you just look at it as just another alternative to doffing, it is nice. It's a nice alternative, and it gives you the cool, the nice ability to see your entire fleet. It gives your fleet a little bit more of a physical representation in the game, and I like that. So it's good and bad. It fell short of what it could have been, but still within its own right, it is a nice little system. So that is Admiralty. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the little help tab here, and you can see here what is new in Season 11. Let's go ahead and go through the rest of what's new here. So, the new featured episode, Sunrise. So it's been a little while now since we've had a featured episode, so I'm looking forward to doing this one. Let's go ahead, instead of reading it here, let's go ahead and pull up the... Ooh, my tabs are going crazy here too. As soon as I move the window, it cleared up though. Unfortunately, it doesn't do that with my inventory. But yeah, let's check out the new featured episode. And let's hail and just see if there is a little intro that we can look at. Sunrise.
With the war over, it's time for us to rebuild, to take stock of our situation, and to return to our roots as explorers. We've recently noticed that a star in an unexplored system near Ferenginar has become unstable. There's nothing to indicate any change to its stellar life cycle, so this is a perfect opportunity for us to chart the system, investigate the star, and improve our understanding of what's happening. I want you to head up this investigation. Find out why this star is suddenly dying, and make sure it isn't going to be a threat to any nearby worlds or systems.
Cool. Near Ferenginar, huh? So maybe some Regi are involved somehow. Maybe something with metaphasic shielding if a star is being affected somehow. Sounds cool though. I'm definitely looking forward to a new featured episode. Let's go down here and look at the rewards. I'll definitely do a whole new video on, a whole video just for this episode. In fact, that'll probably be the next video I do. It will be just a video on this episode. I'm very much looking forward to it. I always like doing the new featured episodes. They've been pretty decent lately. A lot of the Iconian ones were quite good, and I enjoyed them. So, looking forward to this one. But just real quickly, we take a look at what the rewards are. It looks like there is a quantum phase torpedo. Let's see here. Kinetic damage. And it has a proc to foes, minus 551 all shields in 2-kilometer radius. High yield torpedo increases to 4 kilometer. Okay. Could be interesting. Pretty short radius though, unless you're doing the high yield. 4 kilometers would be decent. Although then again, if you suck everything into a grav well, shoot a torp spread like this, that would be pretty good at dropping everyone's shields. So that could be pretty good. It looks like it does have a set bonus as well, a 3-piece set bonus. I believe you get the other 2 pieces from this mission as well. Let's take a look down here at the other pieces. A console universal quantum phase converter. Let's see, plus 20% phaser damage, plus 3 aux power, plus 30 starship flow caps. Nice, nice. I like that. Hot restart automatically removes auxiliary power disabled condition. Cool. So pretty decent console there if you're looking for, if you have like a phaser damage build. It says it is a universal console, so that's nice. So you don't have to put it in a tactical slot. So that 20% you could stack up with all of your tech consoles. I'm assuming it's probably a Cat 1 bonus, my guess would be. So probably not stellar amounts of phaser damage, but the hot restart, the flow caps, not bad at all. And that's another piece in the set. Now the third piece in the set is a quantum phase beam array, a Mark 12 beam array. And let's see, phaser damage, okay. So it's phaser damage based. What's the proc on it? Looks like it has a special proc here. 2.5% chance to drain 551 from enemy shields and restore your shields. Cool. Not a whole lot, though. Maybe that will scale up once you have it equipped and you get into space and see the actual stats. Maybe that scales up a bit. But a little bit of a shield drain and then a shield heal to you for firing it. Not bad. So cool. Unfortunately, I can't see what the set bonus does yet, but after I do the episode itself, so when I record the video of doing this episode, I will definitely go through and take a look at that set bonus once I complete the mission once, that I can get the item and then I can right-click on it and get info for the set bonuses. So cool. I do like that this is, looks like this episode will be kind of starting the transition to a more exploration-based plot line, I guess, that's been going on. Cryptic has been kind of hinting that they want to go away from the constant war stories and more to a more exploration based theme for future episodes. That's very cool. I'm hoping that maybe even in the future, maybe in the next episode, or maybe even before then, or not episode, the next season, or maybe even like 11.5 or something. I'm hoping for a whole new exploration system in the game itself. That would be sweet. I'd really like something else to do at endgame beyond just the queues and whatnot. So an exploration system, like a full-fledged, going out and exploring new stars, discovering new, new worlds, new cool species, whatever it is, just something where you can actually have a goal outside of just, combat. That would be great. A good addition to the game. And it looks like with these episodes, that's kind of what they're transitioning to, a more exploration-based, plot or theme going on. That'd be great. All right, so what else is new here? I just did the Admiralty system. Next is the Terran Task Force reputation. So yes, I'll be doing another video on this as well, going through the whole task force in detail. Let's just take a quick look here. I want to check a few things about this task force. Let's make this a little bigger here. So if you pull up your reputation tab, there is a new Terran Task Force reputation. And it is... it looks very promising, actually. I'm very curious to see what all the set bonuses are and everything once I unlock the higher tiers of items. But one thing I am very, very much looking forward to is I heard good things about the space set, in particular the warp core, which I believe, so here are all the tiers. I believe at tier 4 you do unlock the new warp core. And I've heard this warp core actually gives +5 to all of your power systems. That is +5 to the maximum cap of all your power systems. So like, for example, your weapons power would cap out at 130 instead of 125. That would be extremely powerful for a warp core. That would be absolutely amazing. That might make it the new go-to warp core if it all works out as as expected. So definitely looking forward to that. But since I'm just starting out here, I don't have any of the higher projects unlocked. I can't really look at them in detail, but you do see it does have the regular hourly and daily missions that you have to do for grinding out the actual reputation. Let me just check here. I was wondering if this does have elite marks or not. Okay, it looks like it does have elite marks right here. Terran gravimetric inducers. Yep, so you see that does have the upgrade project here where you can actually convert 100 of the regular Terran marks into the rare mark. So it does have a rare mark. So that's interesting. Definitely have to start grinding out those as you are working on this reputation, because I'm sure the space set and the higher ground gear will require the rare marks. So what else here? Let's look quickly at just the tiers. I don't have a lot of detail yet on the gear, but we can at least see what are the passive or the traits that you unlock. The passive traits here, and then the active trait at the end. Let's just take a quick look. So at tier 1, let's see, the ground traits you get are Dibernium mesh. So 20% phaser resistance, plus 20 stun, knock, repel, disable. Not that great. Close quarters combat, plus 12.5% all melee damage and 3% run speed. That could be good if you're going for like a melee build for ground. Next trait, Dibernium impact lattice. So this is basically a space trait that's pretty much the same as the ground trait looks like. So plus 20 phaser resistance and 20% resistance to hold knockback. Not too great. The next trait is Torpedo Pre-Fire Sequence. Torpedo damage and destructible torpedo flight speed increased. Cool. Okay, so like a flat torpedo buff. Now, if that 12.5%, if that's a Cat 2 bonus, that would be pretty excellent trait for torpedo builds, for sure. If it's a Cat 1 bonus, it'd be pretty average, but the plus 32% destructible torpedo flight speed is nice. I know flight speed on torpedoes is, one of the disadvantages of torpedoes is that flight speed. So speeding that up is certainly a good thing. All right, tier 3 abilities here. Neural network overload. Your ranged and melee weapon attacks have a chance to do electrical damage and apply a run speed debuff. And melee attacks have a higher chance. Okay, so 5% chance for energy, 33% chance for melee, for a 10.2 electrical damage with 80% shield pen, okay, per second, and a 33% run speed debuff. Maybe. With a 33% chance on melee weapons, I could again see this good for a melee build. You could definitely keep things, slowed with melee attacks. Not sure about the electrical proc, how much that would work out. It's only a 5% chance, so with ranged weapons. The other one here for ground at tier 3 is emergency personal cloaking device. Dropping below 30% health will trigger a cloak, preventing enemies from targeting you and increasing your damage for a short period of time. I like that. Increased damage is good. 60% all damage for 7 seconds and stealth for 7 seconds. Kind of short duration, and it can only happen every 90 seconds. And you have to be almost dead to trigger it. But then again, on ground, honestly, you do die a lot more on ground than in space, so at least you probably would get more use out of this in a ground queue. Tier 4, so let's see here, we got Torpedo Astrometric Synergy. Using a Torpedo Bridge Officer ability will reduce Science Bridge Officer ability recharge time. That's pretty cool. That has possibilities, because I could use this on my Vesta exotic damage build, because I have a torpedo on there, and when I use torps, well, I'd have to check. It mentions Torpedo High Yield, but if it also works with Torpedo Spread, which I use on that build, that would be very good, because you could, every time you launch your plasma emission particle torpedo, that would reduce time on like your gravity well and your science abilities. I like that. Definitely possibilities there for some builds. Regenerative Torpedo Synergy is the other one, and it says using a Shield Healing Bridge Officer ability reduces Torpedo Bridge Officer recharge times. Those two traits kind of sound like they go together. It's like if you have a science build and you're throwing out a lot of shield heals, that will reduce your recharge time on your torps. And then this one, when you fire your torps abilities, it will reduce the recharge time on your science abilities, like your shield heals. Cool. I kind of like how those synergize. And then the active trait here, if you get all the way to tier 5, Visual Dampening Field. Point blank AoE cloak. It is a ground active. Okay, so it's not a space active, it is ground. So it is a point blank AoE cloak to allies, confuses foes. Friends within field at time of activation are cloaked for 15 seconds. Outgoing damage may break the cloak. That's not good. Creates a visual dampening field at current location for 15 seconds to confuse foes. Could be a decent, kind of an oh shit ability to quickly cloak your whole group and confuse the enemies. Little bit situational though. I don't like that it would break the cloak on doing damage, so that might limit its usefulness. But there you go. As you can see, there is a full space set and ground set for this. And like I said, I've heard good things about the space set. And you can see a little picture of the ground set here. I think it actually looks pretty cool. The armor has a very... I almost think it has a almost Tholian kind of look to it. Kind of has those, sharp edges, kind of triangular theme to the armor. Almost looks Tholian. I kind of like it. It's a kind of a sharp looking armor there. So that's cool. Probably once you unlock all three of... I'm assuming it'll be similar to other reputations. Once you unlock all three of the ground pieces, then you will unlock the visual armor that you can then go into the tailor and use the visuals. So that's pretty cool. I'd probably be focusing on the space set first, though. I want that warp core. So I will be grinding all the way to level 4 as fast as possible to try to get that warp core. And yeah, got to test that thing out. Very exciting. And a lot of exciting things for torpedo users, it looks like, in this reputation. So maybe it's good I started trying out that crystalline energy torpedo. Maybe that will benefit from some of these bonuses here. Have to check that out. Alright, so that's the Terran Task Force. Like I said, I'll definitely do a whole nother video on that probably later down the road once I unlock at least a couple more tiers and take a look at, you know, what the gear is, and you can right click on it and get info and look at the set bonuses. Then I will do a full detailed video on the Terran Task Force. Let's see, the only other thing they mentioned here is Cardassian episodes, which they did do a revamp on this. I can just pull that up real quickly. Let's take a look at episodes and where are you, Cardassian? So I actually went through the entire Cardassian arc with this character. This is my Delta recruit character, and I did go through basically every mission in the entire game on this character to get the, you know, for the Delta recruit you had to do that you had to complete all the storylines to get the unlocks. So I did do that. I remember the Cardassian in particular. This story arc was definitely in need of a revamp. This was an incredibly long story arc, and a lot of the missions were very bland and honestly forgettable. I don't remember half of them. So it is good that they selected this particular story arc to condense it down and simplify it down into just 4. It looks like they simplified the first half or so of the missions down into just these 4 missions. Is it 4 missions? No, I guess it's 5. So, actually, let me double check in the patch notes. I think it is just 4. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, Lost and Found, Spoils of War, Jabberwocky, the Factory. Oh, it is 5. Okay, so yeah, all 5 of these, Lost and Found, Spoils of War, Jabberwocky, the Factory, and the New Link are the new missions. Again, I'll probably do another video and go through some of these episodes to revisit them. Maybe on this character. Well, maybe I will do it on this character. So, see, it looks like, even though I did the entire story arc on this character already, it looks like I do not have credit for these missions. So yeah, I probably will do it on this character. Go redo these missions. Yep, it looks like you have to start with Lost and Found to go through the rest of these. But it did keep the fact that I've completed the rest of these. So second wave of Bajor and the rest of these are all the same. Again, I think that's a good thing. I know some people don't like when they remove a mission like that. In particular, in this case, I don't think these episodes were particularly great. So if they condense it down to fewer, more significant episodes, I mean, as long as they maintain the spirit of the previous episodes, I think it was perfectly reasonable to condense those down into, into just these few episodes now. So that's a good thing. So check out those the new Cardassian struggle story arc, and those new episodes in there. So that's all they mention here in what's new in Season 11. There are actually quite a few more patch notes. In particular, I'm surprised they don't mention, but there are new PvE queues. Let's take a look at those. So there's 2 of them. There is a ground queue and a space queue. And the ground one is Assault on Terran Nor. Let's see, it says you are to beam down to Terran Nor, find out how they brought the station across into our universe, and reverse it. Send them back to their own universe. So yeah, Terran Nor is, if you don't know, if you're not up on your Trek lore, Terran Nor is the Cardassian name for Deep Space Nine, basically. So apparently, I guess the Mirror Universe people still call it Terran Nor. So yeah, we must be going over into their Mirror Universe, or they're bringing it over here, and we have to try to stop them. The other queue here is the space one, which is Counterpoint. And it says, we have been alerted to the Mirror Universe invasion of Deep Space Nine. All Allied forces are being redirected to repel the Terran Empire. Cool. This one I'm very excited for. I want to check this out big time. I've heard good things about this episode. I've never actually done it, and I really, really want to check this out. In fact, I'll have to see how long this video is going, but I may give this a try in this video, because I really, really want to try this out. I'll just give it out a try on normal mode to start out, just to see how it is. Yeah. So super exciting. I want to check this out. But before that, let's just finish up going through any other changes here in the patch. Yes, there is one other big thing. And that is they added a new space battle zone as well. So if I pull up the map here, they added a open space battle zone called the Badlands. And yeah, it looks like it's over here in the Alpha Quadrant, near Deep Space Nine, of course, because it is the Badlands. So apparently you can go over here, and there is a whole, outdoor battleground zone, just like, I guess, similar to like the Undine, outdoor battle zone. At least I hope it is, and it should be interesting. I will definitely check that out. Again, that will be another video, but I'm very excited to check that out. I actually did somewhat enjoy the Undine battle zone, and I like, I guess I don't know if it's Undine or Voth. I guess it's both, but I did like that battle zone. It was very good for grinding out those Undine marks as well. So hopefully this Badlands will be good for grinding out the Terran marks. So I will be checking that out in detail in another video for sure. They did like a graphical rework of the Badlands too, so I'm actually looking forward to see what it actually looks like now. So that was another major piece of content. New queues, new battle zone. Anything else major here that should be mentioned? I did notice a few other of the minor patch notes that I thought looked interesting. I might quickly just go through those. Yes, one other thing they did that was interesting is also they changed up a few of the episodes between level 50 and 60. What they basically did is they smoothed out the leveling curve and what episodes are available as you progress from level 50 to 60. This is a really great change. It seems like kind of a minor thing, but it is really, really good, particularly for new players if you're leveling from 50 to 60. This new leveling experience should be way, way better. What they basically did is they made all of the episodes in this Delta Quadrant story arc. They made all these episodes go from level 50 to 56, whereas these used to go from 50 to 60. So this one story arc was the only missions you had available from 50 to 60. And honestly, that was not enough. You would have to grind in between some of the missions. You'd have to do grind patrols or queues in order to get to the next level, so the next mission would unlock. But now these missions only have to get you from 1 to 56, which is a lot better. And you can see the curve is a little better as well. So like here, like 50, 50, 50. So there's 4 missions to get you through level 50, then there's a couple more to get you through level 51, and so on. So it should be a much smoother experience from 50 to 56. You can do the Delta Quadrant missions, and hopefully you won't have to do any grinding in between. It's possible you might have to, but this is going to be much better. And then once you get to 56, you can then go to the Iconian story arc, and that will get you from 56 to 60. Again, that's great, because all of these missions used to be, you had to be level 60 in order to be able to do them. Now you can actually use these missions to level from 56 to 60, which is much, much better. And in fact, a lot of these missions have excellent rewards. I was really impressed with the Iconian War missions. All of these episodes have excellent rewards. Like, if you look at any of these, like this one gives you a whole space set. A deflector, engine, and shield. A lot of these have bonus traits. They have that bonus, that Delta, what is it? The Delta reinforcements beacon item that you can get. They have traits. They have consoles. So a lot of really good rewards from all of these missions. So that's perfect, because now as people level up to 60, you will be getting these rewards as you go. And basically once you get to 60, you'll be in much better shape. You'll have much better weapons. And honestly, a lot of these missions are worth rerunning. You can pretty much get a full set of gear by rerunning these. You can get a full set of very rare Mark 12 weapons and a full space set. You can be in a few consoles and traits. You'll be in really good shape once you hit level 60. So kudos to Cryptic. This is an excellent change. Pretty minor thing, honestly, just changing the level ranges, but it really should do a lot to help the leveling experience from 50 to 60. So, yeah. Big improvement there. Anything else here in the patch notes? I'm just going through. They did remove a few queues. They removed Mine Trap and the Breach. Now, honestly, I've never done either of those queues, so I can't say I'm very torn up that they're gone. Just in general, as a philosophy, I don't think it's good to remove content. I mean, one of the nice things about these older MMOs like Star Trek Online is there is so much content. These MMOs have been out for so long, they have all kinds of content that you can go back and do. So I don't necessarily agree with removing old content. It'd probably be much better just, if they're working on a revamp, just leave it in the game, and then once the revamp is ready, boom, just remove the old one and put the new one in its place. That would probably make more sense. But who knows? I've seen them do this before. They've removed other queues, so it seems to be just the approach that Cryptic is using. I don't know. I don't think it's a great approach, even though I'm not personally attached to any of these queues. So I'm just a little worried that, what if they all of a sudden say, hey, we're going to remove Crystalline Catastrophe, or we're going to remove ISA. That would be really bad. So just from that perspective, I don't like the fact that they're removing queues. If they are going to do it, they really have to have something ready to put in its place. So that's that. What else here? There are quite a few changes in the patch notes, a lot of minor things. You'll probably want to look through there. There's a lot of bug fixes, so you want to see if any of those things affected you. I did see a few patch notes here that caught my eye. One in particular that I also thought was quite beneficial is they added passive bonuses to a lot of consoles that came out with the original Tier 6 Intel ships. I really like this change because more recently, in the more recent ships that have been coming out, the Tier 6 ships that Cryptic have been releasing, they've kind of changed their philosophy for consoles that have active abilities. Now all the consoles that have active abilities also have a passive bonus, which is really nice. They've been doing that in all the recent ships. All the consoles with active abilities also have a passive bonus. And that's a good thing because, let's face it, if the console, you have to give up a lot to put a console in your ship. Those console slots are very competitive, right? There's a lot of good consoles out there, and you only have limited slots. You've got to decide what you want to put in here. And if a console only has an active bonus, you can only use it once every 2 minutes or every 5 minutes, it's really hard to justify giving up a whole console slot just for that once in a 5-minute activation. But if they put a passive bonus on it, in addition to that active clicky, that makes the value proposition much better for that console, because that means in addition to the active, you are still getting at least some passive benefit for putting it on there. And I like that a lot. Like here with the Tier 6 Battlecruiser pack that they added, you can see here that this was the console they added where it has an active ability of ablative hazard shielding, where it gives you like a big shield buffer. But they put the passive on there of reduces damage to shields by 5% and improves shield regeneration by 10%. Maybe not the best passive in the world, but with that there and the active, that's a much better value for that console slot. And so what they've done now is I really like that they've gone back to some of the original Intel ships and done the same thing. Let's see, do I have any of them? Yeah, I do. So like right here, the Phantom, they went here, and in the Phantom console, this used to be the phaser lance that the Phantom came with, and all it did was a phaser lance. I believe it was every 2 minutes or 3, around there. It had no benefit. You just had to slot that in order to be able to fire the phaser lance, basically. But now you can see here they added a passive bonus that it gives 15% phaser damage. Again, not the hugest bonus in the world, but still good. I like that they did that, because at least this way, even when you're not, for the 2 minutes of downtime when you're not firing the phaser lance, you're still getting some benefit out of it. And the lance itself does phaser damage, so that's nice. And since this is a universal console, you don't have to put it in a tactical slot. It's nice to get phaser damage, and you can put it in your science or engineering slot. Pretty cool. They've done that with a lot of these, like the Eclipse. They added benefit here of +5 to your max hull. Make your Eclipse even tankier. For the Scryer, they added 7.5 exotic damage. Again, nice little bonus. Not huge, but just having it, for me at least, that is a really nice benefit. So, and they did that to a lot of the, they did that to a lot of those original Tier 6 ships that came out. So definitely go back, if you're using one of those ships, take a look at your console and see what nice little bonus you got. I'm pretty sure, like for the Mata Raptor that has the spinal disruptor cannon, that gives extra disruptor damage, and then likewise for the what's the Romulan one? Man, I can't think of the name of it. The Romulan one with the plasma lance also gives a passive bonus to plasma damage. That's gonna bug me. What is the Romulan one? Romulan intel ship. Where are you? It's the Fayette. Yep, the Fayette Intel Warbird. So yeah, this one now, the plasma lance comes with a passive bonus to plasma damage. So very good, just all around the board, very good change. I like that they went back and made all of the consoles consistent with the newer ships they've been releasing. The new philosophy to always have a passive bonus. That very much improves these consoles. So yeah, nice little change there. Another thing that caught my eye is there was a change to the Iconian shield for the space set. And since I do use the Iconian space set on a lot of my builds, this did catch my eye. Basically what they did, and I've noticed this in all of my, if you go through any of my build videos, I always mention that this Iconian resistance shield gave a 20%, or at least the tooltip said it gave a 20% reduction to all energy damage on the shields. But apparently it wasn't actually doing that. Apparently it was only giving a 10% reduction to energy damage on your shields. The tooltip used to be wrong. Now what they've done as part of this change is they actually changed this so, and you can actually read it here in the tooltip, they've changed it so instead of giving an actual 10% bonus, they increased that to 15% damage reduction. And now they've also corrected the tooltip to say 15%. So it looks like they kind of split the difference there, where they brought the tooltip down to 15%, and actually it is actually a buff to the performance of the shield, which used to only be giving 10% reduction and now gives 15%. So I kind of like that they did that. They cleared up the tooltip and slightly buffed the shield, so it didn't appear to be so much of a nerf. I'm sure some people, if they just read the tooltip now, they thought maybe it was nerfed, but it looks like it was only giving previously a 10% and now it's giving a 15%, so it's actually a slight buff. And I'm curious to see if I notice any difference as I'm doing this, any difference to the actual performance in space, if I notice any more tankiness or damage reduction when I'm playing. 5% is not huge, so I might not be noticeable, but it's good. It is a buff is a buff. All right, so those are the other patch notes. There is one other minor patch note in here, and I'm going to go check this out. I'm going to go run over to the tailor here, because this little patch note here, they mentioned, it was pretty vague, they didn't give any details, but it says they added new outfit combinations to the Iconian armor. And as you can see here, I am rather a fan of the Iconian armor. I'm using it on most of my main characters here. And I'm very curious to see if there are new costume options available for it. So let's take a look here at the tailor. Let's look here at the armor and see if there are any new options I can mix and match. I mean, as you can see, this armor is basically a skin tight suit, so they don't have to worry about clipping and whatnot. So it's probably a good idea for them to add more options to this. There's probably a lot of options they could add, and it could be pretty simple, because Again, there's no clipping to worry about. They could add all kinds of different attachments, probably pretty easily. But let's go ahead and see here if there are any differences. For upper armor, no, it's just resistance pulse. Badges look pretty much the same. Hands, no new gloves. Shoulder pads, no, it's just the Iconian resistance shoulder pad there. Wrist attachments, no, just the same wrist. Back, no, it's just the same backpack. Come on, no new belts either. Okay, I'm calling shenanigans on this patch note. There is literally nothing new. Yeah, Cryptic, you might want to check your patch notes there. I think you missed, or maybe this just didn't go in properly. But there's nothing new here. This is all the same stuff. It's kind of a bummer. I was hoping particularly for like some new gloves or boots would be cool to go with this armor set. That would be pretty nice. Let's see if did they add anything to the head. No, it's still the same. Oh, I didn't know you could actually. Yeah, I didn't know that. You can actually combine the headpiece from the Herald armor that was unlocked in that featured episode. So that's pretty cool. I didn't realize you could mix and match that. I thought you had to have the Herald armor on to be able to do that. But yeah, so a little disappointing there, Cryptic. You're going to have to check your patch notes or just make sure maybe it didn't make it into the patch for whatever reason in your build. You forgot to include the new costume options for Iconian. So, okay, yeah, a little bit of a letdown there. But yeah, so, I mean, that was pretty much all of the patch notes that caught my eye. Like I said, there are a lot. The patch notes are very extensive. There's a lot in here. A lot of UI changes, which makes me think a lot of these UI changes, they must have done something to change how these tabs are working, because it's not, you can see with the jiggling here, that is very, very annoying. I hope they fix that soon. But yeah, a lot of UI changes, a lot of bug fixes, a lot of minor enhancements to various systems. So you'll definitely want to go through the patch notes in detail and check the rest of those out. But those are the ones that stuck out to me, and those are all the new major content pieces. But I am very excited. I just can't wait to try out this new queue. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it right now. So let's queue up for Counterpoint. Yeah, I'm super excited. I haven't had a new queue to do in a while, and definitely looking forward to this one. And I want to check it out and see, what the rewards are, how many marks it gives. So we'll check that out. And it's always good to start out with the normal mode of the queues, just because you don't know what the optionals are going to be, and it's just good to go through normal a few times, learn the mechanics of it, learn what the optionals are, and then you can move up to advanced or elite, because there are in fact advanced and elite versions of these queues. You can see them here: Counterpoint Advanced and Counterpoint Elite. I believe for the ground one as well, there are advanced and elite. So yeah, you'll definitely want to just do the normal a few times before you go into advanced and elite.
We are under attack by Mirror Universe forces. We request immediate assistance. Our defenses are nearly down. We need help to clear these ships.
All right, we got to help DS9. Let's do it. Understood? But yeah, let's do this in normal. Like I said, use it for your learning experience, and then move up to... it looks like I can't move yet. But then you can move up to advanced and elite. Yep. So let's look at what we got here on our team. Looks like an Excelsior. Got a Scimitar, a Guardian. There's the Defiant. Oh, the Defiant's with us. Hey, Cisco. And 1 second, 2. Here we go. And we are off. Let's hit some full impulse. Alright, let's get some of these Terran forces out of here. They're coming into our universe. Yeah, that's right. Your multi-mission explorer is going down. Boom. see, Terran frigates. What else we got here? Terran frigate. He's trying to get up there point blank on DS9. That's right, Terrans. Go back to your own universe. Ooh, looks like they got command cruisers. Terrans are upgrading their fleet, looks like. They got command cruisers in here. What's this? A Mobius destroyer, huh? Interesting. Definitely got some new ship types in here. That's pretty cool. Alright. So what do we got here? So it's showing DS9's current health. What are the next? Keep health above 75. So it's an optional keep the health above 75%. Okay, definitely want to do that. So what's going on here? Thank you. We have been taken by complete surprise. We knocked out our long range. Uh-oh. Looks like I was too slow on reading that. Ooh, a Chimera. Oh, I gotta destroy this thing. Must be a veteran destroyer. Let's get rid of it. There we go. So it looks like the optional here so far. Oh, right. Something new showed up here. Close at least 5 portals. Where are the portals? Is this one? Is that one? Let's head over here. I'm using invasive maneuvers. Let's get on this portal. So, time remaining. Okay, looks like the portal is guarded here. Uh-oh. Did it close? Okay, it must have closed before I got there. That's not good. I don't know if there's a time limit on this. Okay. Let's take that out, and let's take out this Reconnaissance Explorer. I'll take them off. Let's activate a few cooldowns here because I want to make short work of these so I can continue on to the portal. Portal. Time remaining. Oh no. No, don't do it. Dang, it closed. You have to get to these things fast. Oh, command cruiser. This thing's probably going to be tanky. No, it's not too bad. Alright. This one has a lot of time remaining. I gotta get there. Let's do it. I'm failing my team. I've already missed 2. So hopefully you can actually do these while you are being hit. Let's see. Okay, got one. There we go. They didn't actually fire on me, so I'm not sure. Sometimes in some of these events, if you get hit while trying to close a portal, it'll interrupt your it'll interrupt you. So you have to like destroy all the enemies first. But those portals were closing really fast, so you really have to get up there quick and close them. Probably even harder on advanced. Okay, I'm out of combat. Let's full impulse over this way. DS9 still seems to be okay on the current health, but I'm thinking you probably have to have someone... Oh crap, this is going to close, isn't it? You probably have to have someone near DS9, like on the harder difficulties. Did I get it? Well, we got 5 portals, so that's good. But you probably have to have someone near DS9 to make sure it doesn't get like overwhelmed. Ooh, it's starting to take damage. I'm going to go over here. Oh. There we go. Looks like we completed it. Fleet support platform. Let's take out that thing while we're waiting for the hail. Whoops. No, hail, come back. Oh, shoot. I missed the hail again. I was trying to shoot the fleet. Here we go.
They're breaking off. We have them on the... Wait. We're getting massive energy. Something Terran is crossing into our universe.
Oh, crap. Terrans have their own DS9. That must be Terrak Nor. Understood. Okay, what do we gotta do here?
your defenses. And surrender!
Okay, let's thin the herd a little bit here. So, optional. Terranor's average health below 50. DS9 average health above 50. So you gotta keep DS9 healthy and you gotta attack Terranor. Assault teams. Beam down assault teams. Okay, I thought I saw... Let me get back to... When I was close here, I thought I saw... Yeah, here we go. So beam up assault team. Let's do that. Okay. Oh, cool. So I got this little icon next to me. That must be I'm carrying an assault team. So let's head over here to Terranor. Let's do some damage to it here, because it says that one of the options was to keep it below 50%. So let's do that. And let's see, how close do I need to get? Beam down. There we go. Beam down. Alright. Let's go pick up some more. How many assault teams? Hey, what are you talking about? I made one land.
You are fools to oppose us.
Didn't that count when I beamed it down, or is that something different? Is there something we're supposed to be escorting here? Terran cruiser. It's Terranor. Beam down assault team.
We've conquered everyone else in our reality.
Lita, Mirror Universe Lita is taunting us.
We're taking too much damage. Deploy defensive countermeasures.
Oh, okay. So we
Make
took
repairs.
Terranor down to 0.
Repairs complete. Emperor.
Oh, and it looks... Okay, so then Lita said that...
Of the Terran Empire.
Someone's pushing me away. As soon as Lita said that we're taking too much damage, you see they went back up to like 50%. So they must have some kind of repair thing going on there. DS9 is getting hurt though, and we don't want that. I'm going to thin the herd here a little bit. Let's get rid of Terran cruisers that are all attacking. Let's carry over. Let's do a little damage to Terranor when we're here. Let's go ahead and get some buffs going here. I haven't been doing much of that yet. Let's get Terranor down really good though.
Too much damage.
There we go.
Deploy defensive countermeasures.
Alright, so that's how it seems to work. Seems like as you damage Terranor down to 0, then Lita makes repairs. And let's beam up some more.
Complete. Face the wrath of the Terran Empire.
And then they repair back up to like 50%. So it's like you pretty much have to keep damaging them. I bet if you want to meet that optional, you know, keep them below 50%, you have to keep coming over here and damaging them every time they repair. That's cool though. So you come over here and then just do some damage to it as you're unloading your...
We're taking too much damage.
Yep.
Deploy defensive
Unload
countermeasures.
your boarding party and then do some damage. Come back.
Make repairs complete. Face the wrath of the Terran Empire.
Let's get on this Terran cruiser over here. And there we go. Let's beam up another assault team. Just kind of got to kind of escort between the two things here. You kind of come over here, destroy the ships attacking DS9, pick up an assault team, and then head over to Terranor, do some damage to it, and drop it off. How long we got to do? Is there a timer on this? Yeah, it's okay. 2 minutes 30 seconds. I don't know why this window is so small.
We're taking too much damage. Deploy defensive countermeasures.
Alright, let's destroy some ships on the way back here.
Make
Ooh,
repairs.
Prometheus.
Repairs complete.
Haha. Die, Prometheus.
Face the wrath
Yeah, that's really
of
cool. I
the
like that the
Terran
Terrans have a
Empire.
lot more variety of ships now. An Armitage. Ooh, I'm taking a lot of damage here. Terran Vector Gamma. Another Prometheus. Well, I'm gonna head over, back over to Terran and drop off my assault squad here. There we go. Do some damage to Terran on the way.
We're taking too much damage. Deploy defensive countermeasures. Make repairs. Repairs complete. You face the wrath of the Terran Empire.
Lita's awesome. I really need to go back and rewatch the. Let's be more smart. Ooh, I'm taking some damage. We need to go back and watch that DS9 episode with the Mirror Universe, because I honestly do not remember it that well. I don't remember, was Mirror Lita in that one? I think I remember Mirror Kira, and a few of the other characters were. I honestly don't remember a lot about it though. I really need to go back and rewatch that episode.
We're taking too much damage. Deploy defensive countermeasures.
Okay, dropped up another one. Damaged Terran again.
Make repairs. Repairs complete.
So far, as long as you destroy at least a few of the Terran ships on your way back, they don't seem to be damaging DS9 too badly. I wonder here, let me try to heal. Yeah, okay, so you can actually heal DS9 too. So I was using my hazard emitters on it. Let's beam up another assault beam. You can attack while you're beaming up. That's a nice thing too. Oop, there we go. Looks like did we succeed that one? I don't know if we hit all the optionals, but it looks like there's another hail coming in.
We're reading an energy surge coming from Terran Nor. Expect reinforcements at any moment.
Oh crap, more reinforcements.
Our reinforcements will put you in your place.
Oh, is that an Odyssey? What the heck is that? What was that other thing? Temporal Dreadnought. Holy freaking cow. Did that just launch 2 more Temporal Dreadnoughts off the side? Did you see that? Oh my god, I'm getting wrecked. Shield, please. Yes, thank you, thank you. Let's put up my bio. Molecular. Holy crap. I'm getting wrecked. Let's use all the heals. Let's use all the heals. Let's get this Temporal Dreadnought down. Ooh, did they put a grav well on me? Oh, there it goes. Look at that thing, man. That is awesome. Oh, man. I want that Temporal Dreadnought. You see them putting that into, I can see them putting that into a lockbox. That thing was sweet, though. That looked like a...
You haven't seen the last of me!
Would they get sucked back into their own mirror universe? It looks like it. Oh, so that was it.
Back to the mirror universe. We wouldn't have been able to repel them without your help. Thank you. Join us for a celebration in Quarks.
Ooh, celebration at Quarks. Sounds good. Maybe he'll let us use the holosuites for free. Yeah, knowing Quark, that probably wouldn't happen. But wow, that was cool. I liked that mission a lot. That last battle there with the Temporal Dreadnought. Holy cow. That thing looked sweet. That was like it looked like a huge Wells, basically. A huge Wells science ship. That is sweet. But let's see, what are the rewards here? Okay, so you can get your fleet marks or Terran. Let's see what we got.
Congratulations, Admiral.
Ooh, got a specialty point. 74 Terran marks. 74. So you received 19 and 55. Is 55 what I got from the daily and then 19 Terran marks from the mission? Is there a daily bonus in there, hidden in there somewhere? Not quite sure how that breakdown is. Seems a little bit low on the marks. I guess maybe we failed some of the optionals, perhaps. Let's see here, though, because I think, yeah, final score. Let's look at this. So 6 portals closed, 10 assault teams landed. Oh, look at that. We missed that's what we missed the Terran Nor average health. That's probably what docked us on marks. It was at 51. We almost got it to 50. So you got to keep that. You got to definitely stay on Terran Nor and keep that thing damaged. That'll probably be pretty hard on the advanced. This I think will be a lot of fun on advanced, because you'll have to have you might have to actually have some teamwork where people will be focusing on, have someone focus on Terran to keep its health low. Someone will have to be near DS9 to thin out the herds there so it doesn't get damaged too much for that optional. And then you'll have to have people focused on, ferrying back and forth the assault teams.
Terrak Nor has been sent back to the...
Sweet. But yeah, that was actually very fun. I like that queue a lot. So excellent. Yeah, I don't know, if I had to say one thing, I'm not a huge fan of timed sequences. I prefer it to be like once you meet the goal, it stops right away, because that means as you practice the queue and you get better, you can actually start completing the queue faster. Whereas when they put a forced time limit on it, it makes it so, even if you're really, really good at it, you can still never complete it any faster. Which, but none of the time limits seemed that too much out of whack. Maybe the delivering of the assault teams was a little bit long on the time limit. But then again, that time limit, I bet on like Elite, that's probably really hard to meet that time limit. So, so that was the Space Q Counterpoint. So yeah, so far, holy cow, I'm very impressed with this. With this season so far. A lot of really great content. I think I will come back. I'll probably, once I've practiced these queues a few times, I'll definitely do another video to show the ground queue, but once I've practiced these queues a few more times, I will come back and do an advanced version, particularly of Counterpoint. I want to see how that is in advanced. It should be a lot of fun. Maybe a little bit more challenging too. But even in the normal, we didn't complete all the optionals, so we'll have to see. It might be really difficult on advanced. But hopefully advanced will also give you the elite marks as the reward, so it will be worth the extra effort. All right, so that was Season 11. Lots of good stuff there, guys. I'm very excited. That queue was a lot of fun. The Admiralty system, it's doffing with ships, but the rewards look pretty good, so at least seems it's worth the time to do. It maybe falls short of what it could have been, but if you just take it for what it is, another system that you can use to, achieve some rewards, and certainly a lot better than the doffing system at that, it is still good. It gets, at least a good mark from me. The rest of the things, I'm very excited. I want to check out the featured episode. That's going to be great. I'll be doing a video on that. And yeah, just so much good stuff. Going through the new Cardassian arc, and then the battle zone. I will definitely be checking out that battle zone. I do rather enjoy the outdoor battle zones. They are a lot of fun because you get a whole, gives you the whole sense of a huge fleet of ships, because you have so many just people just flying around, and usually there's some big event where you have to defeat a dreadnought or some huge city ship or planet killer at the end, so that'll be cool to see what that is. Hopefully we see more of those temporal dreadnoughts, though. That was pretty awesome in Counterpoint. That was pretty much my highlight of that mission, that temporal dreadnought. That was pretty sweet. Alright guys, but that is it. Hopefully you enjoyed this first look at Season 11. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. There'll be a lot of videos coming up over the next few days as I look through each of these new pieces of content. Before I go, I almost forgot. I wanted to remind everyone, first remember to go into the C-Store and pick up that free Tier 5 ship. That's only for one day, so you got to get in there and do that today. And they're also having a sale on lower tier ships. So they're having a dilithium sale. So they've reduced the dilithium cost of all of the lower tier ships. Oh, not customized. Let's, if you come over here to the shuttle Starship requisitions person, all of these lower tier ships, they massively reduced the dilithium cost. So there is both a permanent reduction in cost, and they've also, on top of that permanent reduction in cost, they have even a special going on, limited time special, where it's even, the cost is reduced by half again. So if you go in right now, and look at like the cost. Like here, let's look at like a tier 3, like the tier 3 science vessel. It's only 7,000 dilithium. That is a huge discount from what it used to be. And like I was saying, you know, I've found, at least personally, that there is a pretty severe lack of science ships, particularly for Romulan and Klingon. And Romulans, as you probably know, can also get the Federation ships. You know, if they're a Federation-aligned Romulan, they can get also Federation ships below Tier 4. So this is a perfect time, like on your Romulan, to get some science ships. You go into the Federation, you know, go into the ship requisitions and purchase some of the Federation science vessels to help fill out your Admiralty fleet. I definitely recommend doing that while the dilithium prices are low. So yeah, I wanted to remind everyone of that. Definitely go in there and, you know, for whatever dilithium you can afford, pick up some of those lower tier ships. The tier 3 and tier 4 ships are pretty good, and in particular, you can help fill out, you know, get some of them science ships that you're going to need them for your Admiralty. That's the big thing I was noticing. Yeah, on Romulans and Klingons in particular. So yeah, definitely take advantage of the lower dilithium prices on ships, and yeah, and get that free tier 5 ship. That's only for one day. So yeah, just wanted to remind you of that before I close out here. Again, thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this video informative, and a lot more to come on Season 11. I am super hyped. I hope you guys are excited, and yeah, looking forward to more. Thanks again for watching. Bye for now.